All right. So, greetings, salutations on this beautiful Sunday. If that's when you're receiving that, so it is 10:11 and day 5 of me sounding the mother portal. I am so grateful to be with you. Sanahata Amachandra here. It's been a powerful weekend, very powerful, lots of very strong energies that I've been integrating, as well as messages and such. So while we give folks a chance to come on in, I'm going to do some deep breathing. That's what I do. So breath is so powerful and such a good friend and consistent friend. So I will interact with my breath. So, I always feel good after a couple of really great oxygenating breaths. Like, I feel good. I feel good in my being. So, today, I have a very specific conversation that I want to bring before we play the bowls. In the conversation, I would like to interact with you if you have questions and such. The interaction is on the energy of consistency. The energy of consistency. And how it can be a medicine for us. Something that can allow us to gain momentum towards the things that are most important to us. But consistency can also feel like, how do I be consistent? What am I supposed to do? How do I keep going? How do I make this happen? And consistency can feel overwhelming. So I want to bring it to you from the framework or the idea of consistent moments. If we can lean into moments will allow us to build chains of moments, because that's really how our brain functions anyway. Our brain doesn't remember a lot of the mundane things. That's next week, you won't remember when you went to the bathroom. There will be so many things that you just won't remember. But if you grab moments and put your practice, whatever it is that you are willing to bring into existence, into play by consistent moments, you will find yourself climbing a pattern or creating a pattern, climbing, spiraling, creating a pattern that becomes a part of your fabric, your energetic signature, who you are. And you create that in moments. Now, how do we remember the moments? We can either count on, our memory. But one of the things that I like to do is write on walls. And not necessarily write on walls, but I love putting up little messages to remind myself of what is important to me, so that I have that's right, do that. That's right, do that. And right now, my home, a space that I live in, is beginning to look and feel like I won't call it a temple, but it's feeling very sacred. It's my space. It's my sacred haven. And my home, everywhere I turn, is talking to me. It's talking to me, did you drink your water? Did you sit at your altar? Did you take your sacred bath? Did you eat your wonderful food? So yes, a dry erase board, you can write messages. In fact, one of the places, the best dry erase board that I used for many years was using dry erase markers on the mirror in the bathroom. I would write dry erase marker on the mirror in the bathroom. Why? Because you can wipe it off. And I would write with the dry erase marker on the mirror in the bathroom whatever messages I needed to remember. By putting on bathroom wall, bathroom mirror, smile, you're beautiful. Or don't forget, did you drink your water? Or call your mother. Or anything that I needed to remind myself of, I would use that. And again, consistency in moments, which is why I'm constantly in reminding people about breath. Just taking the moment to stop and bring that oxygen all the way in and let it go out. Just focusing on it coming in and feeling it as it goes out. Those moments are incredibly powerful. And I'll say, the people who normally find their way to me, into my vortex in the space that I like to hold, are seekers. People who are seeking. Especially people who are being led by their heart. There's something that their heart is singing out. So if your heart is singing out to be seen, to be known, to be felt, to be heard, you might find yourself connecting with me. You might find yourself connecting with me because that is where I live from. I live from my heart. And I also use as a consistent minder for a moment my interactions with others. When I'm interacting with someone, how am I interacting? Like, it's very easy for me. Like, I need to be drinking water right now. Because I need my big thing of water and I don't have it, right? So that's my reminder to you, my reminder to you, to tell you to drink some water. Over and over again, we'll find that many of us are saying the same things, and we can use those as trigger reminding points. Oh, that's right. I need to go outside. I need to go sit by a tree. You know what I need to do? Did I eat anything real today? Did I eat good food today? Consistent moments are how we begin the process of coming out of the muck and the mire of the world that has a, believe it or not, soundtrack playing. Our current society has a soundtrack playing. And I bet you don't have to think hard to say what the soundtrack that our society is playing. A tone to the soundtrack our society is playing is fear. And the other tone is anger. A second one, it's got some healthy doses of deflection. It's playing in the soundtrack of our society. It's definitely got some strong doses of deflection. And how, it's not my fault, it's them over there, it's them. It's a lot of outside looking, eyes wide open, taking in shock and all these sounds. This is anything to distract us. That's the soundtrack happening out there. And so it occupies our ears and our eyes, even our mouth and our fingertips as we search and interact with each other in these social media platforms, unless we find a way to build up moments that create a new pattern to follow. A new pattern to follow. Did I do this? This. This is why the moon works for someone like me. I follow the moon. So that gives me I follow the moon and the solar calendars. And in following the moon and the solar calendar, it gives me these big things to anchor on. And then my small one is night, day, night, day, night, day. I've talked about this before. And so in understanding and having relationship to the cycles, it really creates for me a way to anchor back in. So yesterday we connected with the 1010, and I received so much around my wholeness, about my journey, about things that I need to bring in and move through, and consistency was one of them. There have been times where I would get a flow going, and you might know about this. Get a flow going of doing certain things, and then next thing you know, you fall off. Well, that fall off may take you all the way back to square one. on the socially distant fest. I started doing these back at the beginning of quarantine, back at the beginning of March. And I had lots of people following me, and then I fell off. Then I started back up sporadically, never quite getting those people who would come in, and then I came back around again, and we did our 21 days of wholeness, and it was beautiful. So many people joined and showed up, and it was a beautiful walk into wholeness with all these folks, and I was consistent, and folks were consistent, and we had a great momentum going. And then I said, I want to take a break. I'm tired. So I took a break. And I would come on periodically, but I started having folks say, Amma, I miss you. I miss the consistency. Amma, I miss the regularity. Amma, those were really helpful for me. And I realized that I want to have great impact in the world. So if you were like me and you wish to have a great impact in the world, we won't be able to do it by happenstance. We will have to do it by consistent action. And as I said, if action seems to be too big, we can look at it as consistent moments. Telling our children over and over again regularly, I'm here for you. I'm listening to you. Talk to me about what you need to hear. Moments will be some of the most powerful ways that we can create patterns that will hold us inside of this outside world. Like there's this outside world that we're all in, and this world that we're living inside of, it's not the warmest, fuzziest, beautiful place, even though it is. The societal agreements that many of us are operating in, as I said, playing a song of doom, playing a song of anger, playing a song of frustration and viciousness, depression, playing a song of fear. All of these are the songs that the outside world is playing regularly. You don't have to think about it. It shows up. That tone inside of our society. So in order to become the antidote, to be you, the medicine, you, me, we are the medicine. Those of us whose eyes and ears are open and seeking a new way, a better way, something that feels much more fulfilling in our lives, we have to be the antidote, the medicine. And in order to be the medicine or the antidote to our sick society, we have to be consistent. So whatever that is for you, whatever your consistency will be, we have to use that consistency so that we begin to create an energetic pattern. You talk to me, you're going to hear about energetics. We begin to create a pattern, and our pattern becomes something that can be counted on, just like we count on the sun to rise, just like we count on the trees to absorb our carbon dioxide and give us oxygen. We have to become consistent in our actions. And again, to not overwhelm us and say, well, I have to do all of these things, because again, that's the tone of our society that will take us from 0 to 60 instead of 0 to 1, and then to 2, and then to 3, and then to 4, and then to 5. And we just keep building and building in consistency. And as I said, following our breath in and out, a powerful practice of consistency. Remembering to drink our water, putting up little reminder notes, even in your phone. Use your phone as a pop-up for reminders. Use your Facebook memories of your pop-up reminders. Yes, we're gonna feel so much, but the energy of being the antidote will come out of small incremental moments, because if we try to do too much, it just becomes too much and we crumble. But coming into alignment with a new way of being comes out of moments moments. Our brain works in moments. And so when we begin to remember moments, and we operate in moments, and we do things in moments, people begin to remember us in moments, because every time they would show up, same energy, same way, same feeling, it feels good. And then they can count on us. They can count on us. And when we're experiencing other moments, there's the energy of, so what's going on? Because this isn't consistent. So let me talk to you. What do you need? Something? And then there's relationship. We create a relationship with being authentic. We create relationships with being our best selves. We create relationships with being expansive. We've been talking about infinite so much, and I bring it back to the table. Because infinite is how we break through. When we reach up and out into the expansiveness of Jupiter and the expansiveness of the infinite, it crumbles and crushes the idea of limitation through belief systems. It crumbles them. So if there's infinite number of possibilities to get there, can we do it like the spider? The itsy bitsy spider. Many people are scared of spiders. But let's just talk about the nursery rhyme. How does it go? I think it goes like this. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Up came the sun and it dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. So let's just take our time and be gentle, like, oh, I didn't do so good, and laugh. Man, I gotta try that again. And then we do it again, and we fall and like, oh man, that hurt that time, and I'm gonna try. And then sometimes we're gonna really cry, like the babies, the child humans we are. I just I see so much for us. I see so much for who we are and who we can be. And we become those beings through what we agree to give our energy to, our attention to. So if we give our attention to the big thing that feels overwhelming, like so big, it can be too much. But if we take small little steps, little building blocks, before we know it, we're bigger than we were before. We're more expansive. We're more solid on our progress and our pattern. And for anyone who's a seeker, I consider myself a seeker. I've been a seeker for many, many years. And that has taken me through many, many doors, into many, many experiences. And I am one who counts it all joy. I didn't think I would ever count some things as joy. But that I realized as I embraced the fullness of my life, the gifts of all my experiences that my curiosity and my seeking brought me to. It gave me the chance to choose. Each moment, choose. Choose. Choice is in the power of the moment. What will we do? Many times we actually lessen our potency because we won't make damn decision. We won't make a decision, so we vacillate and vacillate. And by the time we make a decision, we're tired. I guess I'll do this. As opposed to, I'm going to decide to do this. And I'm going to work it out. And there's this idea of beginner's luck and golden signs. And you ask for what you need. We live in a universe where we really are sovereign. So when we give our agreement to our job and to, when we say things like it is what it is, we give agreements to our current society. But when we say, well, it's been this way, but I'd like to see some new things, that's when we give permission for new things to come in. I'd like to experience something different. Reach for the infinite, reach for the expansion, reach for the next thing. And it opens you up to possibilities. And in that opening up, as we expand out, we have to make firm choices. And as we make these firm choices, don't get me wrong, I made a firm choice and it fell apart the next day. I made firm choices and fallen completely, like disintegrate, like, well, then whoops, there goes that one. But another children's song that helped me, and it helps me now. And it's a song that I learned as a little girl. I don't even know where it came from because it's actually older than me, right? But it's this idea of having a dream and walking it out. And we all have our own personal why, right? Our personal legend. But I'm here to speak to all of we about our collective legend. And there are things that many of us will say, I want that too. We want fresh air. We want clean water. We want the ability to focus into our family and teach and learn and answer things that are reasonable with our children and our elders. We want our elders to grow older with dignity. We want to grow older with dignity. We want to live out lives where people can use their words and not just their brute. Their need to control us. That doesn't, there are those who do believe in that. But for the collective legend, we're asking for more. So for that big one, we use the analogy of the ant. The ant is able to lift, I believe it's like 50 times its body weight. You ever see this little teeny ant carrying all this big thing? And so for us, when we talk about moments, we can think of our moments as ant energy. Industry, consistency, and understanding that you can do more than what you think. And so I love you too. The message is, here's a little kid song, and it goes like this. Hey, what makes that little old ant think he can move a rubber tree plant? Everybody knows that ant can't move a rubber tree plant, but he's got high hopes. He's got high hopes. He's got pineapple pie in the sky. Hope, doom, doom, doom. When you're feeling bad and you're feeling sad, just remember that, and because whoops, there goes another rubber tree. Whoops, there goes another rubber tree. Whoops, there goes another rubber tree plant. Bam, bam, bam. We're gonna end the whole thing. You're gonna do the whole thing. But yes, we can do impossible things. We can dream impossible dreams. And we get there one step at a time through a consistency of moments. So let's just keep walking them out. I'm going to play my bowls and do this activation through sound, anchoring some of these messages in with tone and voice. And I just thank you. I thank you for your willingness to listen to me and to share and spend time with me. Please consider, subscribing on YouTube. I'm building up. I got to 210, y'all. I got 210. I can imagine a day when I have 2.1 million. And we get there through consistent effort. So that's why I'm being here. So I see 2 and 2. So that makes me happy. I see a 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. Okay, anyway. So I'm going to play the bowls. And I thank you for hearing me and this message on consistent moments. And to that end, I'll be back tomorrow doing the same thing. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to go where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to go through the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to my glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. Oh, so I'll go to the end, find the courage to keep going to the end. I'll shine my light, I'll live my truth, I'll keep on going for me and for you. To So thank you for the gift of your presence, for the courage to make decisions and follow them out. As we do work in our own unique, individualized, special ways that are creating a world that will work for us all. And may our collective legend be that we, you and me, that we reach the unreachable stars. That's right. If you need a message from me or some guidance from me, I am offering tarot and oracle readings. I use a number of tools and we can discuss what they are. I also do sound activations, which are really sound and reading or activations, which are really about incorporating sacred geometry and glyphs and perspectives into our life and our energy field using sound to allow it to get in more than just our head, for our cells to vibrate with the energy. So I just wanted to share that with you all, and thank you. Take care of yourselves. Until the next time, I'll see y'all tomorrow or sooner.